The White Shoes. I heard the album, right? And I was like, oh, this album is dope. You know, of course, he included Seinfeld in the album.
Absolutely.
The album About Nothing. Shout out to Wale. The White Shoes.
Yes, actually, my favorite song on the album. Yeah. It's between that.
What do you think about the White Shoes?
It's between that and the Middle Finger, but I would say the White Shoes. Like, absolutely. I think that song is great because it hits so close to home for me. Like, coming up, like, he touches base on so many things in that sneaker with like how important it was, like how you look with your shoes, and like when you like had to have the shoes. Like, I think that's like one of his greatest songs of all time. I own every project that Wale has ever did, all his mixtapes, all his albums. Like, he's one of my favorite rappers. Like, a lot of people look at me like, Wale, like, why is he one of your favorite rappers?
You like what you like, man.
Exactly. It's with sneakers. You like what you like. I think with him being a sneakerhead and him touching the things he did with that song, I think it was just genius. Like, when I first like heard that album, it was actually the only song. Usually when I like listen to albums, like, I'll give it like a skim through. I just like listen to the songs, like the beats will catch me. I'm like, all right, I could vibe out with this album. And then I'll give it a second listen so I could like catch like the bars in the song, like what's going on. When I first heard the album, that song immediately off of first listen, when I was just listening to it, I was just like, oh man, I was like, he gets it. Like, it's good that he finally did this, like, so people could understand like what it was like coming up, like having sneakers, like need to have sneakers, and like what the game is like right now. He just did like such a good job with that song. I think anybody who hasn't listened to the album is not a Wale fan. If you're a sneakerhead, just give that song a chance. Like, I think it'll make you look at the sneaker game so much different.
Wale over the years, right? Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Wale, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I personally used to think that his complaining hindered him. I was like, yo, Wale, just shut the hell up. Make your music.
Right.
Playing this album,
yeah,
and reading the interviews prior to the album,
right,
I said, okay, he got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's made me an actual fan now.
Yeah.
Because before I was shy away. I'm like, yo, just shut up, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then now I'm listening to the interviews prior. Now he's telling his story.
Absolutely.
You know, the miscarriage.
Yeah. Like
Shorty.
the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, and I'm listening to that too, and I'm reading the Billboard magazine. I'm like, okay, yo. I said, okay, then I play the album. I said, okay, Wale just went home for me now.
Yeah.
Now I see the method to his madness now.
Exactly.
Then White Shoes did it for me.
Exactly.
You know
like,
what I mean?
It's just,
it always takes that one song or something
to change,
for me to change the. I didn't hate him.
Yeah.
I just did something. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Stop falling for these people's bullshit.
Right.
Make your music.
Right. Exactly.
He did it for me. He did it for me.
Yeah. I think it was good, like how long it took him to come out with this album, because being the fact that I was a fan, like, I've seen his growth with all his albums. Like, I've seen it with Attention Deficit. Like, that's still my favorite album by him. I've seen it with Attention Deficit to Ambition to The Gifted to like the album About Nothing. Like, I've just seen his growth with all 4 albums, and Attention Deficit will always be my favorite album by him, but I think the album About Nothing is his greatest work to date. Like, it's just from beginning to end, like, it's just a great album. But just that song is great. It's just an amazing song. Like, being the fact of how much I like love sneakers, like how much I am into the culture, and like even as consumers, and like with the business of like what goes in the shoes, and like with the streets, and like what the sneaker game actually is just a great song. I think everybody, I can't stress it enough, needs to listen to that song. Like, they just need to like sit there and decode it. Like, listen to the song and understand that song. It's a great song.